As a Christian pastor for so many years, I've heard when we're talking about the last days and as it relates to creation care, I mean, from even educated people, I hear this statement over and over again. It doesn't really matter because it's all going to burn anyway. Most Christians have sort of heard that at some point, saying, why should we care? It's all going to burn anyway. We're all just going to get raptured and go to heaven, and so we'll just leave this mess behind. And I don't really think the Bible says that. I think that all the way through the Bible, it calls us to stewardship and concern for the earth that we've been given. But I want to address that because that passage comes out of 2 Peter chapter 3, that statement. And so I want to read it in context, especially in the context of really knowing the character of God, the mode of operation of God, just like how he operates, who he is, what his characteristic. And Peter's writing here about the last days, about the second coming of Christ. And he says, first I want to remind you that in the last days there will be scoffers who will laugh at the truth and do everything evil, every evil thing they desire. This will be their argument. Jesus promised to come back, did he? Then where is he? Why, as far back as anyone can remember, everything has remained exactly the same since the world first started. Now, I've heard that. In all of these arguments about global warming and all these other things, oh, it's just cyclical, it always happens, nothing's ever changed. I'm telling you, I look at the earth, and I'm saying I see some big problems, and I see escalation of problems, and I actually see Matthew 24, which is Jesus's description of the end times. I see all that stuff happening. I don't think things are the way they've always been. I think things are moving in a direction towards this moment. I don't know when. I would never try to guess the second coming of Christ, when that would be. It's just that I don't think things are the way they've always been. I think this earth is groaning. I think it's changing rapidly. It's becoming an increasingly less sustainable place to live. Well, he goes on then, and he says, they deliberately forget that God made the heavens by the word of his command. And he brought the earth up from the water and has surrounded it with water. Then he used the water to destroy the world with a mighty flood. And God has also commanded that the heavens and the earth will be consumed by fire on the day of judgment when ungodly people will perish. Now, you got to look at this in context. God's bringing fire. He brought water the first time. He's bringing fire the second time for the same purpose, and that is to cleanse the earth. The first time we know that it says here that he destroyed the world with water. He didn't destroy the world with water. He destroyed sinful man with water. He restored the earth. He redeemed the earth. He renewed the earth. He gave the earth a second chance. And it says in the same way he's going to bring fire. But if you read it, it says, and God has also commanded that the heavens and the earth will be consumed by fire, as it was with water, on the judgment day, when ungodly people will perish, same as in the flood. So understand this. It's ungodly man that will perish, not the earth. This is the only earth we're going to ever get, and we're called to be good stewards of it and to care for it. And also mark this, that he is coming, and there is going to be a major catastrophe on this earth that will rid it of all sin and give it a renewed and a second chance.